All right, man. So today, just want to get on here, and just be open and transparent, man. I do want to thank you all for getting me to 1,000 subscribers. It's a blessing, and it just fulfills my heart to see that people are being brought closer to God, through me. And I'm just extremely thankful for each and every one of you that have came to my channel. But today, I just wanted y'all to get a chance to know me a little more, about who I am and what has gotten me to, this point, and why I try to do what I do in this stage of my life. But to start off, man, I was born and raised in Houston, Texas. Most of my family is from here, man. I grew up in this small, sort of small neighborhood, not extremely small, but everybody kind of knew everyone. It wasn't the best, but it was full of love. Everyone that I grew up with, we loved each other, we cared for each other, man, and we was just like one big family. My family is also big. Both sides, my mother's family, my dad's family. But my upbringing was it was a roller coaster for me. You know, my parents, they both, they had their troubles early in my life. They both were going through certain things. And, I didn't have them around as much as I would have liked. My dad was dealing with his problems, and my mother, she was dealing with her problems. So I was raised by my grandparents. I was raised by my aunties and my uncles, man. But I'm still just extremely thankful for that. Over time, as a kid, I ran with the wrong crowd sometimes as a kid. Not saying that I was a bad kid, but I did hang around some kids that could have been a bad influence on my life. And I could have easily went down, the wrong path. Especially coming from the neighborhood that I was in. I could have easily, been running the streets, selling drugs, killing people. I could have been doing a lot of different things. But one thing that I was blessed with early on in my life, and one thing that God gave me the ability to do was, play basketball. And I was always into different, kind of sports. I love baseball, I love football, and I love basketball. So I was a three-sport athlete as a kid. But as I became older, the game of basketball just started to mean so much more to me as I was, becoming a young man. And I can say the game of basketball, it definitely saved me. It definitely helped me. It gave me numerous opportunities to go do wonderful things. I had the chance to go play college basketball, met a lot of great people, met a lot of great friends. And, I was just thankful for that opportunity. And basketball will always be a part of me. It's always something that I would love. It's always something that I would just cherish and have in my life. And I always try to use the game of basketball to give back and to serve others, man. But yeah, basketball was something that was extremely important to me growing up, and that was a part of my life. Um, I want to get to the real stuff. I as a kid was molested. I got molested at a young age. I think I maybe was 11 or 12. I went years and years without telling anyone about it, because at first I really, it really didn't mean much to me. And I really didn't care for it because I was just doing all these other things and, just not really focused on that. I just had forgot about it, kind of threw it to the side. But as I became older, I started to realize, how much of effect it did have on me and how much it did hurt me, the older I became. And I mean, I went years in high school, I went years in college, I went years after college without saying a word. And one day I finally just told my family, what had happened. And it was a very emotional moment. It was a powerful moment for me because I felt like I finally had gotten that monkey off my back. I finally had just told, something that had been hindering me for so long, that had been hurting me for so long, and I was able to just become set free that day, if that makes sense. And I'm just saying this to say, man, If there is anybody out there who has been, sexually abused or molested, man, understand that, it's okay, and feel free to, don't be afraid, don't be afraid, and feel free to tell someone, man, because you have people out here who have experienced those things. You have people out here who understands your pain. You have people out here who are willing to listen. I'm just letting you know from me, man, because I want y'all to really know who I am. I don't just want you to see this guy who's waking up, getting on camera, and telling you about the word. No, I want you all to really know who I am, and what I've been through. And you know, uh, I really do care for people in this world, man. My heart cares for those who have been through distress and who have been through pain, who have been through hurt, man. Just trust me, I relate to you, and I really do want to hear from you and want to help you. But yeah, I was molested as a kid. Um, I've lost when it comes to loss, I've lost so many people in my life. And loss can take a toll on you. It can affect you. It can hurt you. If you're not dealing with it the correct way. I lost my mother. I lost my mother. I've lost one of my close friends. I lost all my uncles and aunties. Well, I've lost a lot of my uncles and aunties on my mother's side. I lost all my grandparents. I've just lost so many people that I loved in this world, man, and that I cherish, man. So I understand what loss is like. I understand, how loss can affect you. Losing someone is extremely hard. And of course I've had days where I wanted to give up because I'm losing my people. Especially when I lost my mother. That was the most hard time of my life. It was difficult. It was extremely hard. It was difficult because it happened unexpectedly, and I was the one to find her in the house, unresponsive, and I had to try to we had to try to do CPR on her and one of her friends, and I watched the doctors work on her while I was in there. It was just one of those moments where I was unprepared and not ready, but losing my mother has brought me to this moment. That's what I'm just trying to get to. Anybody who's lost someone that means so much to them, I want you to understand that all of that is a part of your journey. All of that is a part of God molding you into who you need to be for this world, man. Sometimes we have to go through hardships. Sometimes we have to lose somebody that we really care about. Sometimes that we have to hit rock bottom, because I've been there as well. I've been kicked out of homes. I've been sleeping on couches before. I've been sleeping on floors, man. I had days where I had to sleep in my car, but understand that it's all a part of the process, man. It's all a part of God preparing you for what it is that He has created you to do in this world, man. I'm just getting on here. I'm just being real open and honest right now. This is just me talking. This is just me expressing myself to y'all. This is just me sharing my story, man. Because I just want people to understand I'm just like you. I'm no better than you. I'm just another guy in the world who has experienced similar things that you have, man. Don't let me being on this camera and sharing this word make it seem like that I'm just this guru of life. Like, it's nothing like that, man. I've had my hardships, still have hardships. I have my battles. I've had my hard times, but I'm still here, and I'm still blessed to be able to help people in the world, man. I've had some great things come out of this. I've had some great things come out of this. I can tell you, man. I used to be a quiet kid. I didn't talk to nobody. I used to be an extremely quiet kid. I was real boxed in. I stayed to myself, didn't talk, didn't even, I remember in college where when my roommate, one of my closest friends, he would ask me to come to Bible study. I wouldn't even want to come. I never wanted to go. I didn't care for it. But I felt like, looking back on it, the enemy, he knew what God was trying to do with me. He was doing everything in his power to stop me from stepping into what God has placed and purposed me to do. The enemy will do anything to prevent us from completing the mission that God has set for us on earth, man. And I'm just extremely thankful for the people, in my life and in my journey, because they helped me when times was hard. This is why it's important to have you a great group of friends and family, man. And even if you don't have that, you know, in your presence right now, let the people in this community are in Christ. Let them be your family and friends. Let them be your loved ones. Let them be the ones that you can open your heart up to, man. I just want you all to know, man, that life is hard. It's extremely hard. It's extremely tough, man. But it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. That's the biggest thing. It's just gonna get better, man. And God loves you. He really does. I'm telling y'all, man, I've seen it all. I've seen it all. I've seen my family members. I've seen what drugs can do to the people you love. I've seen the effects of drugs, man, and it hurts. It hurts. I've seen a lot of different things in my life. I'm not saying I've had the worst life. I ain't had the worst life in the world, but I've seen some things. I've been through some things. My life is no better than yours from a just from a real world perspective. My life is no better than yours, but my life is also no harder than yours. I always say that each and every one of us, we go through the same thing. And some of us are born into certain situations. Some of our circumstances are different from others, but we all go through the same thing. And the biggest thing we have to understand is that we are all placed here to help each other, y'all. This is not a race to first place. This is not a race to get a reward. This isn't what life is. That isn't what God has called us to do. God has put us here to love each other and to help each other, man. That's why I get on here and share this word every day, regardless of how I feel, regardless of what I did, regardless of how things may be going in my life, man. I still make it a priority to get on here every day, even when I mess up, even when I fall short, even when I'm not in the right state of mind, man. Even when I feel like, even when I'm having my worst day, or I may not be feeling good, I've made this my priority. Like, you know what? I don't care what's going on around me. I'm gonna make sure I help my people. And that's what it's all about. We got to be a servant. We got to be a service to one another. We got to love each other. We got to help each other. It's the only way this world is going to become better. It's the only way we're going to see any type of improvement. That's the only way that we can take that next step in life, man, is when you begin to help someone. It can't always be about you. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. No, man. God wants you to help somebody first. Love somebody first. Show people who you really are. That's how you was created. We was created to love. I don't know one person on this earth that was born with hate. That's something that is planted and seeded inside of you. When you were born, God made you with love. You're an image of God. So you are just like him. What is God? God is love. You are love. You are love. Evil is something that has been planted, man. Evil is something that somebody else had planted inside them, and now they're just spreading it around, man. But you are love, man. Do not let life circumstances, do not let other people make you think that you are not love, that you are not a child of God. You were born just like God. We are an image of God. You are love. You are capable. That's the biggest thing. You are capable. Understand that. Take it from someone like me, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I'm a nobody. I'm a nobody, man. I'm a nobody compared to so many people in the world. When I say that to say I'm no better than you are. I'm no better than the next man. I'm no better than the next woman. I'm nothing. I'm just a child of God, man. And I'm just doing his work. I'm just doing what he wants us to do and what he's called us to do, man. Love one another. Be there for one another, man. You gotta love your people. You gotta love your family. You gotta love your friends. I lost 2 years ago, man. I lost my basketball teammate. Right before my birthday, when I was about to turn 28, I believe I was 27 years old. He was 27. His birthday was in December. A month before his birthday, man, out of nowhere, he catches a brain infection, and he goes to the hospital, and he passes away at the age of 27 unexpectedly. Young, healthy man, played sports, everything. Lost my mother out the blue. Wasn't prepared for it. I come home one night, my mother unresponsive, found her on the couch. She gone. The next day, a couple weeks later, after my mother passed, the auntie that came up to me while the ambulance was working on while the emergency team was working on my mother, the auntie that came up to me and hugged me, weeks later, she has a heart attack and dies. So I'm just saying all this to say, love one another while you're here, because you never know when your time is gonna be gone. Cherish one another, man. I'm telling you, when you go through certain things in life, you get a whole completely different perspective. You get a whole completely different perspective. We're not here for ourselves. We're not here to say, I got the best job, I got the most money, I did this, I got the degree, I got the reward, I got all. No, that's not why we're here, man. That's not the purpose of life. That's not the purpose of life. Now, of course, God, He wants to give us those things. Don't get me wrong, but that shouldn't be our number one focus. That shouldn't be our priority. Your biggest blessings come when you begin to help others. Your biggest blessings come when you begin to serve others. That's when your blessings come from. Your blessings don't come from you accomplishing this and accomplishing that. And don't nobody, truth be told, and I'm just saying, nobody really nobody, I'm not gonna say no one cares because I don't want to sound like that. But why is it so important to say that you have accomplished this and that and I have this and that? I'm just saying, man, think about it. Just think about it. It's all about being a service to others. It's all about loving others, man. That's all I'm saying. But I'm not trying to run my mouth too much to y'all, man. I just wanted to tell a little bit about myself. I just wanted to share my thoughts on some things and just let y'all get to know me a little bit more, because I hate that. I don't want to be the one to get on camera and you don't know who I really am or what I've been through. So like I say, I'm no better than none of y'all, man. I've been molested. I've been kicked out of several homes, man. I've had days where I've been extremely broke. I've lost my car. I've been through so many different things. But understand, man, that I relate to you all, and I understand. I've been through certain things that you might have been through too. And I just want you to know, man, that's why I'm here, to help, to love, to be there by your side when you may go through a difficult time, when you may lose someone, where you may not have enough strength to push through the next day. So that's why I got on here today, man. I just wanted to share that. I just want to let you know that I love you all, man. And I'm here for you, man. I'm here for you. I'm gonna be as real as I can be, man. I'm here for you. I'm not here to be no pretender. I'm not here to try to persuade you about anything. Nah, I'm just here to love and be of service to you and be a brother, man. That's all I can do. That's the least I can do for you. That's the least I can do for God. It's all He asking us to do is love one another, man. But I love y'all, man, and I see y'all next time.